Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Chapter 3. Overcoming the Body. Why do we live in the past while we resist living in the new future?
Most of us live in the past and resist living in the new future. Why? The body is so habituated to memorizing the chemical records of our past experience that it grows attached to these emotions. And there's the why. Why do we do this? Well, we're designed to learn who we are and then to repeat it in an efficient way. Feelings and emotions are not bad. They are the end products of an experience. That needs to be really an important banner so that you break a habit of being ruled by feelings and emotions. They're an end product, not a driving force. When you allow them to drive the choices of your life, you are in a habit, by definition. Further down the page, 74. And when it comes to what we'd like to change about our health or anything else, there is one set of dogmas that we're going to have to examine and dispel. The myth that genes create disease and the fallacy of genetic determinism. We will also look at a scientific understanding that may be new to you called epigenetics, the control of genes from outside the cell, and more precisely, the study of change in the gene function that occur without the change in DNA sequence. The word is epigenetics. When we get into the book, You Are the Placebo, that word becomes big. It's a big part of what we talked about in You Are the Placebo. We now know that less than 5% of all diseases today stem from a single gene disorder. Only 5%. The hospitals are full of all kinds of sick people. Only 5% actually have a genetic disorder. Everything else is lifestyle, including energy-wise. Further down page 75, it's true. The external environment influences our internal environment. However, by changing our internal state of being, we can overcome the effects of the stressful, toxic environment so that certain genes do not become activated. We can just turn them off, change our energy, and your life expression changes. On page 77, epigenetics suggests that we can signal our genes to rewrite our future. When I was younger, and I took basic biology and stuff like that, physiology and stuff, I was told that genes are a strict, here's your genes, here's your life. I studied my ancestry, and here's your ancestry, so you got these genes in you, so you're going to be like this. And that's simply a mistake. Your genes are like mini microprocessors. They have an assortment of things depending on what program are given them, what energy, and the energy frequency is the program. And as they bunch together, that choice becomes many, many, many for every cluster. Epigenetics fly in the face of conventional genetic model, which states that DNA controls all of life and that all gene expression takes place inside the cell. You change your energy and your gene expression changes. I am a living example of that. On page 78, we're talking about overcoming your body. Just by changing our thoughts, our feelings. Remember, if you let your feelings rule you, you're not changing your feelings are changing you. Here he says, by changing our feelings, emotional reactions, and behaviors, We send ourselves new signals, and they express new proteins without changing the genetic blueprint. Your genes start doing something different. So while the DNA code stays the same, once a cell is activated in a new way by new information, the cell can create thousands of variations of the same gene. We can signal our genes to rewrite our future. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does. I cannot exaggerate that statement. When you get that in you, and you know the potential is there, then you will allow that process. Remember early in this, we talked about the process. You will allow that process to work in you as you work toward that intent that's working your future self.